Good evening, Steel City. Welcome to the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tonight, our 58th edition, live from the original podcast room of the Black and Gold Paraphernalia. On tonight's show, the Pittsburgh Penguins will now get back into NHL business and strive to end their 2-year drought in the playoffs with another Crosby-Ovechkin matchup tomorrow. But first, an emotional day yesterday with the passing of Mike Lang, Penguins play-by-play broadcaster for over 40 years, and the emotions of this leading into the Four Nations Tournament championship game, placing head coach Mike Sullivan's USA team versus Captain Crosby's Canada team in just another classic USA-Canada matchup, which the Yinzer Report called it the Penguins versus Penguins, coach versus player captain. The captain again prevails. Let's go Pens, USA, USA. I have an NFL trivia question I'll throw out there about 3 quarterbacks in the Super Bowl that are left-handed. Let's have some fun with it, and it does not involve the Pittsburgh Steelers. The Pirates complete week 1 of spring training, and word around camp is win. There are intangibles involved and veteran leadership all involved in this word win. And for the Pirates, this must all come together. Let's go Buccos. The Pittsburgh Panthers men's basketball team have won 2 in a row and have inched closer to a possible tournament spot. If you consider the Final Four being out close, then maybe, just maybe, if their wins keep coming, they will get closer to the last 4 in. All hail Pitt. I will start tonight's show off with tremendous sponsors. IE Sports Radio's new sponsor, Vita, along with the amazing Planet Jerky, premium beef jerky, the jerky that's on another planet. Seal the deal, wax seals, you bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports and why we're doing the Yinzer Report. And I will get into my tribute memoriam to Penguins long-time broadcaster Mike Lang. May he rest in peace. Steel City, come join me, my 58th episode, 37 live on StreamYard. This is the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Let's go!
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single-A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all-brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clinking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iesportsradio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the IE Sports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at IE Sports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making IE Sports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
Well, good evening, everybody. This is Ralph Calise, your host for the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio. I believe we're back on the air. I had a little surge in my power there, and something knocked me out of the camera there on the thing. So if there's anybody out there that can hear me, just put up in the comments that I'm back, because I was off for about a couple of minutes there. And I'm sorry about that. There's stuff going on in the area here, so I lost the camera on the computer. Okay, yes, Terrence says yes, there he is. All right, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm sorry for the delay, and let's get into we left off with the it does happen, Terrence. That's the first time I really think it's ever happened to me while I was on the air. Let's get back into what we just we did. We played all those sponsors. We played Planet Beef Jerky. We played Vital. We played Seal the Deal Wax Seals, and we did the IE Sports Radio also. So we got the sponsors, and we that took care of that. All right, let me just get back to my page here, and we'll start the show. And I'll start the show off. I'm gonna do a little different thing here. I'm gonna start off by saying this is the Yinzer Report, and you can follow me at Yinzer Report IE on X, Twitter, and at KaliSar786. We could do that, and also there is another new sponsor, and that is our newest sponsor is Raw Nutrition Supplements. GetRawNutrition.com. You could use promo code IESR for 10% off. You could do that, and also we now have a supporters club where you could support the show. It's $5 a month. Throw it out there, $5. Your host Ralph Calise here will appreciate that, and it takes care of me running the show. Although I didn't run the show too well here with the with the problem, and it pays, it pays some of the bills here for the graphics and everything that's up there. So if you want, there is the link on the bottom there. I'll let it run through one more time before I take it off. And if you want to throw $5 towards your favorite host, Ralph Calise, out there, I'd appreciate it. And so would IE Sports Radio, and we thank you for that. All right, so let's get into some Pittsburgh sports here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to do a tribute to Mike Lang. He was a longtime Pittsburgh Penguins broadcaster, TV, radio, and he did a little bit of the Pirates. He went on and passed away yesterday. So I'm going to do a little tribute on him. But before I do the tribute, I have a trivia question. I was out with that good friend. I don't know if you guys remember. I have a good friend, and we get together every once in a while. He likes to throw trivia at me with football, and it's not just the Steelers. But I'm going to throw the trivia question up out there. Let's see how good everybody does with it. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. You could probably figure out the answer. And I got it. I got it after about 10 minutes of thinking. But it's a good question. I like this. I figured I'd share with you guys. So the question is, who are the only 3 left-handed quarterbacks to ever play in a Super Bowl and have won an NFL MVP award? So you guys could shoot your answers in the comments in there while I go through the Mike Lang tribute. So once again, Mike Lang was a prominent person in Pittsburgh. He was the broadcaster for the Penguins, and he passed away yesterday at his home, and it was very sad that it happened on the day of the Four Nations tournament, where you had the Penguins versus Penguins in the as I call it, in the Four Nations championship game with Coach Mike Sullivan going up against Sidney Crosby. But we'll get into that in a second. Mike Lang was an American sportscaster, best known for his 46 career as play-by-play announcer for the Pittsburgh Penguins of the National Hockey League. He served as the team's play-by-play announcer in 1974 and again from 76 to 2021. In 2001, he received the Foster Hewitt Memorial Award for his outstanding work as an NHL broadcaster. So he's basically been a mainstay there. Lang joined the Penguins as a radio announcer in 1974 after spending time as a commentator. Now listen to these old teams: the San Diego Gulls, the Phoenix Roadrunners of the Western Hockey League. If anybody out there knows those teams, man, you really do know hockey, and you really follow hockey a lot. From 1976 to 2006, Lang served as the lead play-by-play announcer for the Penguins radio and television network, never missing a broadcast. This guy never missed a broadcast. In 2001, Lang was the recipient of the Foster Hewitt Memorial Award for his outstanding work as an NHL broadcaster. On August 4th, Lang signed a contract to work on radio's broadcast because there was a fallout with the cable station with the Penguins at Fox Sports. He also is, like I said, he passed away in his home in Pittsburgh. It was February 19th, and he died at the age of 76. So Yinzer reports thoughts and prayers are out to his family for that. Like fellow Pittsburgh sports announcers, the late announcer Myron Cope, who did the Steelers for a long time, and late Pirates announcer Bob Prince, former Pirates announcer Lenny Frattari, and current Pirates announcer Greg Brown. Lang used a repertoire of distinctive, colorful expressions, sometimes called Langisms, by his fans. While some are familiar phrases from pop culture, most are cryptic expressions of Lang's making. One of Lang's signatures lines that he followed each Penguin victory was, "Ladies and gentlemen, Elvis has just left the building." And that's basically where he left off on the radio with those, as they call them, Langanisms. Boy, there's a coach in Pittsburgh we know that has Tomlinisms. So that was my little tribute there to Mike Lang. Thoughts and prayers out to his family for his passing. And that was just a sad thing that happened. And it happened, like I said, before the game of the Four Nations tournament. And the way Mike Lang was perceived in Pittsburgh was he was not just a sports announcer. He was very involved in the community. And the community loved him. They loved him as a dear friend, as a dear family member, and as just an all-around person. So it's a big loss for Pittsburgh. I know it's I don't want to say it's not sports related, it's not player related or team related. It is team related, but broadcasters are a part of all sports teams, as you know. Any team that wins a championship, the sportscasters and I guess the writers, they all get rings and all that stuff. So Mike Lang, rest in peace. Thanks for all your commentary and all your great calls on Pittsburgh Penguin hockey. All right, so that does it for that. Let's get into the Four Nations tournament. So now this tournament, of course, came up during the break of hockey. And anybody out there that doesn't know what the Four Nations tournament is, I'll give you a little background on it. This was the 2025 Four Nations tournament, an ongoing ice hockey tournament that started on February 12th and ended yesterday on February 20th. The games were played. The first games were played in Montreal at the Bell Center, and of course they finished up at the Boston Garden. Hosted by the National Hockey League and featuring only NHL players, the Four Nations Face-Off temporarily replaces the NHL's annual All-Star Game for 2025. In the tournament, teams representing Canada, Finland, Sweden, and the United States play each other in a round-robin format, and then are followed by the one game between the top two placed teams, which happen to be the USA and Canada. But we'll get back to their round-robin game where the USA played Canada in Canada. And, boy, did we have some game there. And this is what started all the hoopla about this tournament that I really think took the helm of I don't want to say all-star because this is a tournament, but if the NHL is going to do this every year with the Four Nations tournament, I, in my opinion, believe it blows away any other type of all-star game out there. I mean, these guys were playing for their countries. You could see it, and it was just nuts. The first game, Canada and USA was totally out of hand. So we'll go back to that game. It was a win in Canada in their pool round game versus Canada, 3-1. It was by far one of the most meaningful wins in U.S. hockey history. Our national anthem was disrespected twice by Canada fans who trashed the country all week. This is what came out from before the game, even before the tournament as well. Teams that were playing in Canada as the U.S. team, they were booing the national anthem. The U.S. walked into the biggest hockey market and beat their national team on their own ice, and they showed up on the night of that night, and they beat Canada 3-1. The USA handed Canada captain, our Penguins captain, Sidney Crosby, his first loss with Team Canada since 2010. Crosby had won 26 in a row in a Canadian uniform. So let that sink in for a little bit. Crosby hadn't lost a tournament game for his home team, Canada, in a long time. And like I mentioned at the beginning, Penguins versus Penguins, as we'll put that up there now. This was coach versus player, Coach Sullivan versus Sidney Crosby. So the round-robin game went to Coach Sullivan. This tournament has its means. U.S. hockey team shows up for far from an NHL hockey all-star game, that's for sure. This tournament may have taken all-star sporting events to a new highest level. NFL Pro Bowl has turned into flag football, and its main stars always back out. The NBA All-Stars don't even break a sweat or play defense in their game. The dunk contest has become a joke, and the only thing that's saving the dunk contest is the guy who won it this year, Matt McClung, and he's not even on an NBA professional roster. He's playing in a G League, but he was there to repeat. He actually three-peated. He's won the dunk contest 3 years in a row, and I will give this kid credit. If you go and just check out his dunks from the other night, it was the same night that the hockey tournament was going on. Man, he jumped over a car. He did some sick dunks, but it's just any all-star type of game that's out there and you think is good. This hockey tournament, this was a win-win for the NHL, and maybe they should look into doing things this way from now on. So we get into this final game now. Last night, the final game was a rematch of North American foes in the four-nation face-off final. As we mentioned, USA won the thrilling round-robin game 3-1. This will be an epic rivalry to cap off the inaugural version of this well-received tournament. Now, mind you, going back to the game that they played in Canada, the game started with 3 fights in 9 seconds. So the USA players are throwing haymakers 3 seconds into the four-nation tournaments. 3 fights in 9 seconds. There was the Tkachuk brothers, and there was another fight later on, right after the beginning. And this was all because of the national anthem being booed. So USA stepped up. They really did. They really did. The Canadians secured the spot in the final game with a pool game Monday win versus Finland. And again, like I said, it's Canada and United States. It was last night. And just a little write-up on that. It was just days after their chaotic matchup. Canada and the United States did battle once again in the Four Nations Face-Off Championship game. The Canadians needed to secure their spot in the final game of the pool play Monday against Finland. They jumped out to a 4-0 lead early and had to hold on late as the Finns rallied with 3 goals in the third period. The result rendered Team USA versus Sweden meaningless, and the Swedes earned the 2-1 win. So last night was the game, and it was round 2 of Coach Sullivan, who is the head coach of the Pittsburgh Penguins, versus Sidney Crosby, who was the captain of the Pittsburgh Penguins. And it was a great game last night. It went into overtime. There was lead changes. It was 1-0 Canada. USA tied it at 1. Then USA went up 2-1. Canada tied it at 2, and then Canada went on into overtime, and the game went into overtime, and Canada went on to win the game in overtime.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Davidson.
It's your boy, Notorious Law.
And we are the hosts of Fast Break here on IE Sports Radio, where we discuss everything in the world of basketball from prep to the pros.
You guys should definitely check us out, man. Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. We got all the basketball information you guys need, so we look forward to you guys listening in.
And please do, because we are the best basketball show on this side of the Mississippi. And please do check us out on Twitter at FastBreakISR. D-Lock, where's our time again?
8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. That give you guys plenty of time on a Sunday.
Tune in.
All right, I believe we're back. I'm just going to continue on with the show, guys. I'm real sorry. I don't know why this is happening, and if it happens again, I'm just going to end the show for tonight. Thanks for sticking with me if you're still out there. And once again, I'm very sorry for all this. And let's get into the Pirates. So the Pirates, they had their first week of training camp this week for spring training, and there was a lot of talk out there in Bradenton, Florida, of the Pirates. The word "win" was mentioned a lot in the comments, and when they interviewed the players and everything. So I took some spring training notes, and this is what I came up with for the first week. The word "win," intangibles, and veteran leadership. So far, a week into training camp, the talk is about winning, just winning games for now, and showing real optimism for the season. As we know, hope springs eternal for us Pirate fans every spring. But the real early signs, there is reason to be optimistic about the upcoming season. Having a full squad, the Pirates, in this early part of the spring is a great sign of hope. Spring training is a new beginning, and there is nothing like it to get back into the swing of baseball season. With 162 games ahead, the Pirate coaches are looking and feeling in high hope. Now, do I think the Pirates will win? They will win games with their pitching, the starting rotation, and their bullpen. There is my optimism right there. Yes, there is certain intangibles that can really make a difference. I see the attitude being an important intangible, and also listening to what management is saying from the top down. Again, the word "win" is being used a lot around camp so far this week. So early on, you could say the Pirates, are in win mode right now. That's a lot of talk saying it. Of course, you have to go out there and prove it. The word "win" really pertains to the upper management, up and down. Ben Cherington and Derek Shelton, they have to win to believe they want to win. Health, another intangible, is on the Bucs side. As mentioned last week, Brian Hayes, a big key to the team, looks tremendous so far in his return from the back injury. Our key bullpen guy and closer, David Bednar, has looked great, and his attitude has been tremendous, real tremendous. One glaring thing that came to notice this week was not underestimating the importance of the presence of newly acquired Tommy Pham. Now, Tommy Pham was signed a week ago, and he brings a veteran presence, and a nice little bat to the Pirates lineup. Veteran presence who is not afraid to say something and lay down the law in the clubhouse. This for the Pirates team is extremely important, and an incident that already happened this week where Pham actually stopped the practice cold when he crushed the ball way out of the park while all were in awe and cheering and rousing on the bench. Pham gave the silence motion, like stop, and he stepped back into the batter's box to finish his batting session. Pham showed a veteran leadership quality right there, but also showed that he has the potential to be an offensive spark. So I found that pretty cool. The Pirates are a young team in reality when you look at it, and maybe they need a guy like this to spark them. Pham needs to deliver at the plate along with the Pirates, the other newly acquired veteran Adam Frazier, and of course already anointed veteran Andrew McCutchen. These veterans and what they do on the field is crucial and inspiring to the teammates to achieve. Leadership, again, only goes so far, but leadership does lead to wins. The word of the training camp so far is win. So those were my notes right there, and I just I jotted down a player to watch because he was at camp, and there was a lot of talk about him. His name is Tremere Johnson of the Pirates. He's the number 4 prospect, number 83 overall, according to the MLB pipeline. making the quickest of jumps through their minor leagues, and Pirates hitting representative at the Futures game during the All-Star week last year. So he's already had some All-Star loyalty under his belt already. His off season was not an off one. He flew over to Japan and took part in the WBCSC Premier 12 as part of Team USA. He feels with a decent spring training camp, those prior experiences that are important to himself may help him along in his next step, and he will be in the big leagues before you know it. He has a sweet swing. He's fluid defense, and as a second baseman, Pirates can use a second baseman, so he might have a chance. So we'll see what kind of camp he has, and we'll follow him through spring training, and we'll see what happens. Their first game, of course, is tomorrow. They'll be playing Baltimore in an exhibition game. So the gloves and bats are back, and Pirate baseball is back. Oh, nothing like a summer game in Pittsburgh for the Pittsburgh Pirates. All right, I'm going to take a quick break. It seems like everything is back online here. When I come back, I'll run through the comments. I threw the question out there. I don't even know if it got out there. It was a pretty good question, but I'll run it out there again, and I'll be right back after these messages. This is the Yinzer Report on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hey sports fans, do you like wine? Well, we've got the show for you. This is Let's Wine About Sports, a show where we talk about wine and sports simultaneously. From the classic Cabernet Sauvignon all the way down to the grapes that you've never even heard of before. Oh yeah, we cover it all. And we'll talk about a little bit of sports as well. Football, hockey, collegiate, women's sports, it doesn't matter. We're going to talk about it all, and we're going to whine about it all. So join me Monday at 8 p.m. on IU Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
Hello, sports fans. It's me, your boy Larry B, and I want to walk you through the world of sports. No, not just the mainstream major TV deal type sports, although those are important too. But let me be your guide through your journey of all sports, from college to the pros, the minors, and everything in between. Each week, we are talking sports galore with true diehards just like you from a hardcore fan's perspective that's sure to quench your thirst around leagues you may know all too well and some you may even discover here. That's right, sports fans. If you love sports of all kinds, enjoy hearing amazing sports stories, and respect all sports because you know how difficult any of them can be to play or compete in, then this is your show. Join me, your boy Larry B, on the defining moment each week here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports, and let the sports come to you.